Hello men's, femmes, thems, and toasters. It is Ultimate here, back with another video. Now this has been one of the most heavily requested how-to videos, and it also happens to be the very last one that I have on my list. So, that's what we're going to draw today. We're going to do an IceWing. Alright, let's get into it. So, as always with these tutorials, we will draw two circles, and we are going to put one over maybe here. It's going to be around maybe the middle of the paper, right? Now we're going to draw another circle right around here, and maybe it would be like, I don't know, about a finger's width away, right? Let's darken those out to make them easier to see. And obviously we're going to draw the outside. So now we're going to draw the outside, and we're going to draw the top of the head. So we're going to draw a sort of a smooth line. It's a little bit bent, it's not fully straight. And that line is going to go over here, and it's going to kind of do a little curve here. And this is where the eye would be on the other side of the head. So that's what we draw. We draw this little curve, and then that curve goes right into the top of this circle here, right? And now we're gonna have, I like to think that IceWings have this sort of pointy bit over here, right? So you would make a little pointy, and then it curves in, and it curves into the circle again. Now we're gonna keep that curve going, but instead of going all the way around the circle, we're gonna kind of make a dot right here, right, maybe around here, and we're going to curve into that instead, and that is the top of the lip. And I'm going to make this a little bit more curved. And what we do next is we're going to draw the lip. Now, IceWings have exactly two curves, so we're going to draw the first one. The first one's smaller, like this, and then the next one's very long, and it goes all the way over here, all the way over here. And I like to add a little bit of a line as well, right? And of course this is the side, this is one of the nostril on the other side, so we're going to draw the other one. So you can draw a line. If the eyes are like this, where one eye would be here, then the nostrils would be like this, and then you can figure out, okay, here's where the tip goes. And you go point up, and then curves down. We draw the little nostril, and there you go. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, just in comparison. And remember, this is a sketch, which means if you ever are drawing something and you figure out that something doesn't look like quite right, you can absolutely fix it. There's no shame in trying to fix it afterwards. Now we're going to draw the bottom lip, we're going to draw the bottom jaw. So we're going to curve around, think of this circle, we're going to curve around the circle, not quite touching it, but it's parallel. We're going to curve in, and we're kind of just going to do a line straight across to this circle. So let's draw that, but we're not going to stop there. IceWings have this little pointy end like skywings do at the very edge of their jaw. So we're going to draw that, we're going to keep going until we reach a point. See this curve here? Just like over here, we're going to do a curve, and it's going to curve into the circle, like so. Now it's going to go around the middle of the circle, and it's going to stay there. We're going to leave that be for now. Right now, we're going to draw the eye. Dragons have sort of almond-shaped eyes, so we're going to draw a little bit of an oval, and then you can shape that out a little bit more. So maybe a little bit, a little bit neutral right now, so a little bit narrowed, but not quite to make it so that they look angry. We have this little pointy bit here to show the ridge of the nose, and maybe it could come over like this. And IceWings don't exactly have, they don't look like they have pupils, at least not in the refs, so we're going to leave his eye blank for the time being. And they also have this sort of underlying, it's not exactly eye bags, but it looks like it. So it's going to curve, think of where the middle of the eye is, go underneath, and then in, like it's going in, but then avoiding this bit here. It looks pretty good so far. I'm going to make this even bigger, actually, because I think it should be bigger, right? And now we're going to do the horns, so it's going to be big, sweeping curve. The nice thing about drawing horns is that you can draw them however you want. It doesn't matter. Because every dragon's different, so you can pretty much justify any weird feature. So we're going to start from where this little ridge is here. We're going to do a big, sweeping curve. The key about doing these curves is that you don't do one long thing because you might mess it up. So try to do it in short bursts, and then you'll get the shape out of it before you can finally come back. There's one horn. We're going to see, okay, if this is where the eye was, then the other horn would be maybe over here, right? I'm going to curve that back in as well. Now that's where this bit comes in. We're going to draw the ear because it fits in right over here. So you do a little curve, just like we did over here. I'm going to draw sort of a diamond shape, like a thin diamond shape. And that's the basic shape of the ear. So you can keep forming it like that. Maybe you would do a little bit of curve. Maybe it's a thinner ear, so it thins out like this. And then maybe it would curve in as well. Right. Very nice. Now, we also have a line here for the horns. And he's got some stuff on his face, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go from wherever this nostril bit here is. We're going to go from the middle, and we curve down to around the middle of this lip here. And then these guys have sort of like a top armor. So it goes like this, and then it goes over the eye, like a big rainbow. Doesn't touch the eye at all. Goes all the way over here until it meets it. Just like this. So try to see if you can meet it to the top of the horn. And then make it curve all the way in. And that's a little spike there too, so we can add this. If you want it to be more spiky, you can make it that way. You can make a triangle first if that is easier. So this looks great so far, I would say. They also have another design on the top. So you want to start over here, curve in like this, and then you go like this and like this. And this is basically, think of it like drawing arrows. And you would go from this arrow, point up, point up, point up, and keep drawing these little weird shapes until you can't really see a pattern anymore. And this is great for a face, but obviously he's got to have a neck. So we want to draw a little bit of a neck over here, so it can be curving. I don't think I have enough room on the paper to draw all of the neck, but we can draw enough that we can see all the scales that are involved. So we're going to draw a long, smooth, curved line. And then we're going to go from here. Imagine, and this is a sketch too, so you can actually go through it. Go right through that horn, figure out where that would go, and then do the same curve that this thing's doing here. And then, there you go, right? Now obviously IceWings have these spikes. They're well known for their head spikes, kind of like a lion's mane, you know? So what we're going to do, we're going to draw the normal spikes first. They have normal spikes down their back. And these are basically just triangles, and you can shape them. They're even supposed to look like icicles, so you don't have to make them look perfectly straight either. They can be kind of wiggly, like icicles are. Now obviously they have normal head spikes as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw one over here. And remember, these can be drawn anywhere you want. You can draw them anywhere. So basically just draw random lines, random triangles, and you can put them in different places. Normally around this area is the best place to put them. I'm going to do it in darker pencil so you can see it better. And you can just keep adding them until you're satisfied with how many you have. And once you're all good with that, we're going to draw the scales. We're going to do, and We've done kind of like these before with sandwings, but IceWings actually have 4 sets of scales. So we're going to do a line in, right? It's going to curve in and it's going to come out again. And we're going to keep doing that. We're going to start from the middle of this line. We're going to curve. We're going to do a straight line out, straight line in, straight line in again. Out and out and in, out and out and in, out and out and in, until you get to the very end. They have another set of scales as well. And these are thinner, so you want to do long ones. So instead of the 2 bending lines, it's just 1, and then the 1 line goes out again. 1 curved line, then it goes out again. 1 curved line, then it goes in. 1 curved line, and just keep going down. 2 more sets of scales. So at this point, we can't really draw many of these, so you're going to just do most of them until it meets whatever spike, because the spikes are going to be on top of the scales. So you draw as much of it as you can, and really at this point it's really just a line. But when we get over here, you can, if it makes it easier, you can draw the shape of it. So imagine that there are like lines like this, and it can go like this as well. And finally, these are actually a little bit too big. Finally, we do one more. We go in, back in, and back in. And those are the back scales. Finally, we do the belly. And these are just random lines that make it look like there's something there. Alright, and you have finished your sketch of an IceWing. I'm going to ink this right now with this pen here. And once I have done that and I have erased, I will see you there. Done. So I'm just going to put my signature right here, and we are done. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you did follow along, but either way, I hope that this was helpful. This is the last of my how-to series specifically for tribe headshots, but I am planning on doing more how-to videos, so please let me know what you struggle with specifically, or what you think would make a good video, and I will see your suggestions in the comments. Ultimate out.